What's going on, guys? Ben here, and today we are checking out Battlefield 2042. I'm just going to be playing some Conquest on Redacted. I'm going to be a little bit distracted, so it might not be the best gameplay, because what I want to talk to you about is kind of the progress of Battlefield 2042. It is now 2 years old. It's just recently had its second birthday, and it's basically interesting to see where the game is at now and kind of get an idea of what everyone's thoughts are with this, because I think obviously it's technically more popular than ever, but oh, EMP there, but it is still not without its issues. And is it perfect? Definitely not. And kind of just wanted to go through what I'm kind of looking for in a Battlefield 6, or would this technically be 6? Like, you know, the next Battlefield title, whatever that would be. So I thought I'd break this up by talking about the good, the bad, and what I would like to see in a future Battlefield. Because we're still not sure yet if this is the end of Battlefield 2042. Like, is there going to be Season 7 and stuff like that? So we'll dive into this and have a look. I'm just here just triaging and healing people right now, so we'll see how this is working. Kind of just farming points as it is at the moment. Can we click anyone? No. Okay, so I think one of the things that was quite divisive was the specialists. That kind of whole situation of basically getting rid of the class system, and although they have walked that back now, so it's kind of like a hybrid now, and I must say I actually like this. I would I know there's some people who still can't stand the specialists. I don't know if it's just because it's something different now. I am still quite a fan. Oh, let me see if we can get these. Still quite a fan of having like your Falk and your Casper and your Boris and all that. I mean, I'm not really a fan of Boris, but you know, I'm a fan of his idea of Boris, you know. I think that's the thing that allows a little bit of tactical kind of differences here with the abilities and stuff like that. I do quite enjoy that. So I liked how they kind of had a compromise here, which I kind of felt like works quite well. Class system makes it Battlefield, but the specialists make it feel a bit more of a modern evolution, which I'm a fan of. I think that works really well. Let's throw some fire. Oh, there's a guy up there. Maybe I can get a revive, since I've been reviving everyone so far. But yeah, so I mean, like I said, any kind of comments or thoughts of anything that I'm going to say, if you think I'm wrong or if you agree with anything I say, or you got any ideas yourself, let me know in the comments below. Remember to like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. But I am interested to hear what you think about this as well, because I think it is still quite divisive in general, this game, despite it doing a little bit better at the moment than it has done previously. So I think the next thing, and this is obviously the good section that we're in at the moment, is the battle pass, the weekly missions. I have enjoyed the content grind, and you know, we'll speak about more on content in a little bit, but more about the kind of progression. The battle pass feels quite fair for the time, and I know that comes off the back of this recent battle pass being stretched out a bit longer. They had to like repatch the XP and everything from week 2 in season 6, but obviously this season is going to be a longer season, 16 weeks, so makes sense a little bit. I think they were a little bit too heavy on the XP originally at the beginning of season 6, but all the previous seasons I've actually really enjoyed and found them manageable without putting too much time in. Like I said, fair. It seems like a fair exchange. When I compare it to, I mean, even Call of Duty's battle passes, I feel like the grind on that, even with the XP tokens and stuff, so arduous. Like very, and I like Call of Duty as well, but you know, I'm just shooting at air here. I'm just guessing where people are. So even though like there's, you know, it's decent progression there, I find. I think it's fair for the time we put in, compared to other titles at least. Let's get this guy up as well. There we go. There we go. See him. Get him as well. Nice, nice, nice. Oh. There we go. I don't think I can get this guy. I don't quite have the angle on him. Okay. I need to give myself some pyro. Ah, they've got a... They're going to push up a little bit. Okay. So, yeah, I feel like I said, compared to other franchises, the Battle Pass seems quite enjoyable. The weekly missions for me, as someone who likes to have little targets and stuff, and the targets change each week, but the targets don't fully expire. You have the bonus challenge that expires, which we have up here, and I didn't do week freeze, but you see what I mean, where I like this kind of model. It's quite enjoyable. The XP you get off them is generally very good as well, and I've been enjoying that. Like I said, I think it's quite fun to log on for the week and then see, oh, okay, we got some things here. And if you're busy one week, that's it. The most you miss out on is the bonus objective. The rest will all stack. So, you know, you can... I've gone maybe 4 or 5 weeks without playing one time, come back on, played a few rounds, and I'm unlocking all the missions from the previous weeks and stuff. And it's... You don't feel like you fall behind if you don't play, which is quite nice. I do like that you can just kind of jump straight back in. It's a big plus point for me. Oh, we've actually pushed up. Let's get this guy up. Let's throw some fire in there as well. There we go. We can push a little bit. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna go for it. Oh. Oh, I forgot this bit's open on Conquest. This pit isn't open on Breakthrough, is it? We're gonna sneak away around the back. I don't think we can actually... Oh, there we go. Yeah, let's just block that off with some fire. Keep them at bay a little bit. Okay, so I've talked about the battle passes enough. Like I said, not really shilling for them. Like, obviously, I'd prefer there not be a battle pass model and it all just be free and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But, you know, this is the time and days that we live in, and there's not too much we can do about that now. Obviously, the game has had a huge resurgence recently. 103,000 people after the free weekend when Season 6 came out, and now it's hovering around 30k. It's, you know, when you consider like a year ago, this game was struggling big time to pull more than 10k. This game has had a nice recovery. It is like one of those feel-good stories, but in a way, you know, it shouldn't have been in this position in the first place, right? Like, we shouldn't be. This is Battlefield, and it's still disappointing, the launch, and it's still definitely going to be something we'll touch on in the bad section. And the maps, the maps that we do have, I have been enjoying those. Maps like Breakaway, Redacted, which is this one, Stranded. I think some people don't like Stranded. I actually really like Stranded, but I guess now that Redacted's here, I treat Stranded like my inventory kind of close quarters map when you're inside the ship. Now that Redacted's here, this is kind of like the infantry only map now. Oh, he's gonna die. Yep. Let's get him. Oh, I need to reload. Throw him. Let's get him. Let's get him. Oh, he's got him. Nice. Okay. Cool. Let's get him. There we go. So, oh no. Oh no. I killed that guy basically. Are we winning? Oh, we are winning though. Oh, almost just died right at the end there. There we go. That wasn't too bad. So that's a nice time to kind of jump into the bad side of things. I played that very support. 19 revives, 97 supplies. Yeah, didn't do too much killing or dying really. Just died right at the end there. So the bad thing, I really like this new kind of end of match kind of experience as well. Just while we're looking at this, like the new squad thing. This is new with Season 6. Really been enjoying that. Like to see the ranks of the squads and what ribbons we've got and all that kind of stuff. The XP and everything. I've been enjoying this. But yes, right, the bad things, or the the not so good things. So obviously, the game fumbled its launch real hard, the technical issues and everything like that. It's been a long road to recovery, and for some people, it still has not recovered. It will not earn back that trust, and I think people will be much more wary with the next Battlefield. I certainly will be, at least. It just, they pushed this 128 player mode, which even now we're seeing is largely walked back. A lot of the new maps are really thriving as 64 player maps. They've clearly been designed in that way. And this whole kind of 64 v 64 and the fascination with this that EA had, and DICE as well, obviously, that I don't think anyone really wanted. I don't really hear anyone thinking, you know what, we want more people, we want bigger maps and double the player count. I don't really understand why they went with that direction, and the game just couldn't handle it. The engines couldn't handle it. The cross console generation couldn't handle it, and I think Battlefield has a nice sweet spot of 64 players, and then for smaller kind of 24 v 24s, or, you know, doing your 16 v 16s, depending on the game modes and the mode, like the size of the map and stuff. I think that's his sweet spot. I think 128, they just get chaotic. Sometimes they're quite fun on some kind of portal maps and stuff like that, but generally I feel Battlefield's in its best position when it's a 64 player game. Obviously, the next biggest thing here, just loading into Redacted again, the next biggest thing here is the visual and audio downgrade, I feel, anyway. So if you go back to Battlefield 1 or Battlefield 5, obviously I've only played Battlefield 1 recently, which I did cover on the channel. Battlefield 5 I played a lot of back in the day on Xbox, and I've tried it again on PC. Obviously those kind of games have got their cheating problems nowadays. Still hoping for EA anti-cheat to make their way back to those older titles, so we can maybe go back and enjoy those titles as well. But you jump into one of those games, the atmosphere, the grit, the war, you just feel it. It's there, it's present, it is so just in your face, and it feels so good. Like, it's really, really good. It's like a treat to your senses. Battlefield 2042, sorry, feels a bit more arcadey, a bit more washed out, a bit more cartoony. I know it's not cartoony. I'm trying to find the word here, but it feels a bit more kind of. The stakes aren't as high. It doesn't feel like war. It's lost the grit and the darkness, I guess, that comes with the topics in this game. And obviously they're trying to go darker with like the maps and everything, and like the blood on the walls, and like the, you know, don't get me wrong, the vibe is not an issue necessarily, but it's like the feeling of war is missing. And I guess maybe that is by choice, given that it's not necessarily a war of countries in this game, but like a war of nomads and expats and everything like that. So yeah, not too sure with that, but I feel like going back to Battlefield 1 and 5, it definitely feels night and day. And not just in terms of gameplay, I mean, like in terms of the style and presentation. Don't know if I'm alone with that feeling. Let me know what you guys think, but or if I'm making any sense or no sense here at all. But yeah, it's like the feeling of the game, the soul of it maybe is missing. Maybe that's a better way of putting it. This game has a different soul. Not that it doesn't have soul, it just has a different soul. And I preferred the Battlefield 1 soul, if I'm honest. I'm not really doing too much because I'm just chatting. I'm just running around chatting. Oh, he's healing him. People around here. Oh, yeah, coming. Oh no. Oh no. No, the grenade. Whoops. This brings me on to my next point, which I've got like hastily written down here as like just some bullet points basically. And oh no. And that's lack of content. And this is the real biggie for me, right? Lack of content. Wait, which way am I facing? Oh no. There we go. Let's back up a little bit. So, lack of content. We have had one map each season. That's 6 new maps in 2 years. They also fumbled the design of the maps so hard at launch that basically as extra content, we've been generously gifted the map reworks each season. So we normally get like one map reworked along with a new map every season. So it's kind of like one map that's completely fresh and another map that is vaguely similar. Like with Hourglass, once I've played Hourglass, like the rework of Hourglass, I can't remember what the original Hourglass was like, you know what I mean? But that doesn't feel like extra content. It's still Hourglass, right? It's still the map, and there's just not a lot there, you know. Obviously you get your skins and your guns and your cut charms. Like you have like 2 to 3 kind of weapons each season, like new weapons, which does add to the roster, but there's not too much beyond that. And I think that's the thing that can stop people maining this game way more than they perhaps would in like Battlefield 4 or something like that, because there's just no, it's all season passes now as well. It's not DLC or anything like that. And the maps themselves, oh wow, okay, I'm not doing as well on this one. The maps themselves are not really scratching that itch of the content. It feels very barren in that regard. Another game that is coming up to 2 years old, which I might do a separate video on, which came out in the same week, Halo Infinite, is struggling from the same, I would say the exact same problems. It is also struggling from a lack of good content, and although that is getting better, and again, these games are both following a similar trajectory of they're getting better, but you know, they came out 2 years ago and they're still lacking content. But anyway, back to Battlefield. To add on to that even further, the playlist options doesn't help either. So we have, you know, some weeks you'll be able to play Rush, other weeks the content has disappeared. There we go. And you can't now play like Rush, or it's like, oh, 128 player conquest, and then 128 player conquest isn't available. They refresh the playlists each week, and it's really frustrating on that side of things, because it's like you can't just play what you want to play sometimes, you know. Oh, I was kind of behind them then a little bit. So yeah, sometimes it's just like, I just want to play on this map. Like they recently, with I think it was last week's Battlefield refresh, they took away Redacted Conquest, and everyone's like, how can you take away your new map like on Conquest? Like, how is that being done? And then let's get that guy, there we go. And then due to the outcry, people then the community then, like the community managers on Reddit acknowledged it, and Twitter and stuff, and they then put Redacted Conquest back in. So yeah, that is definitely something that, where's this guy? There we go. Definitely, oh no, definitely struggles. I can't really see him there, lost him. Got an assist though. So yeah, and that adds on to the fact that, you know, even like Hazard Zone, the extraction playlists version of this game, that's been abandoned. It has been reworked a little bit, but you know, no new content. I don't think you can do that on the new maps or anything like that. It's just been the same for the 2 years now. Pretty much just written off and killed. A big problem. It's just not something you want to really see. I feel like they just threw in the towel with that real early, and it might be because the player count dropped so much. And although now they've made some changes, you know, with no new content, this map's kind of then just gonna struggle long term with this. So where is this guy? He's respawned. Oh, there he is. Oh no! Oh, I hate shield people. No. So yeah, that would be my main thing, is that, you know, if you're craving playing a certain type of mode, there is a chance that week it won't be on Battlefield. And then that leads me on to Portal, where you then got to try and find on Portal maybe something that fits what you're looking for. And there's, you know, that's the only server browser. You can't server browser normal games. I don't know why Portal doesn't act as a server browser for custom games and like official games. I was gonna say legit games, but more like official games, isn't it? I don't see why that's some kind of split issue. So yeah, real kind of problems with that. No, you know, and previous games have had server browsers and been able to find the games you want and the maps you want to play, filter it by, you know, types of things, and it's kind of like they've taken that away from the player now. It's kind of like you've got to play on this, and again, this might be, although it was there at launch, the reason they probably haven't addressed this is probably because until recently they need player numbers to be, you know, together and not like a load of people on hundreds of different servers. They want to limit the amount and have as many people in full games as possible. But yeah, it just seems a bit weird. And I guess my final kind of negative point, I would say, about Battlefield 2042 is its future, and that's the, you know, partly the silence over season 7. Now season 6, like I said, we got record numbers, 103,000 peak players, and that was after the free weekend as well. So like, you know, people played it for free and probably then opted to buy the game and try it out and have enjoyed it. So that's been really cool. So you'd think, oh, they're just a grenade spam. You would think, oh my god, I'm just dead there, that would give them some confidence there to say there are still people playing this game, healthy amount of people. And I would be surprised if they said there was no season 7. But how far beyond does that then look? Because then what's the next Battlefield? What does that look like? When's that coming? We already know Criterion and DICE and you know, they've got quite a few studios now working on this. They're committing to this. What does that look like? When would that be coming? And that's not me saying we need it now. I would, if anything, I hope they learn their lesson, that they don't rush this, because Battlefield 2042 could have stayed in for another year, maybe a year and a half, and it would have been perfectly fine. We probably wouldn't be having as many of the issues and complaints that we are having, you know? So I hope they do learn from the lesson. I think they will do. I think I'd be surprised if they don't. But yeah, at the moment there's kind of there's always this silence of, oh, what's happening after? And I think we only found out about season 6 relatively shortly after the end of season 5 and the redacted announcement, or during season 5, I should say. So that's kind of leads me on nicely to our final little section while I run around like a headless chicken, trying to figure out what I want to do and try and heal people and just throw my incendiaries everywhere. Let me get, oh, no, not quite. Where is he? I can see his little, there he is. Oh no, he got me. There we go. I stood still, he strafed. He wins. There we go. So, in terms of Battlefield future and what I'd like to see in the future, like I said, I am probably in the minority, but I do enjoy, oh no, that's stupid of me. I do enjoy the specialist class system. I would actually keep it as it is. Maybe in the next Battlefield bring some of the ones from 2042 back in for that nostalgia kind of thing. You know, your Valks, your McKay, you know, maybe update what they do and change it to fit the new game and stuff. But, you know, that with some new specialists gives a bit of lore and a bit more substance to the classes while still giving people that freedom and choice. Absolutely. No doubt it probably makes the game harder to balance and everything with having people have abilities, but I think it's almost like Pandora's box. Now that you've opened it, I think it would feel weird going back to not having these things, you know. I feel like that would feel awkward. Oh god, there we go. So that would be my first thing, the specialist class system. Obviously putting in like a server browser. I would do away with 128 player games, even if, you know, if it comes out in 2025, 2026, even if technology and internet and it's just one generation and everything, even if that's all better, I would still keep it at 64. I don't think there's a much bigger experience with 128 players. It's different when it's like a battle royale. There's like 100 players dropping in and stuff. That's different. I feel like with this, nah, I'd much rather it just stick to 64. And they need to get more maps. Like, I feel like this battle pass season content doesn't need to change. If they want to release 1 or 2 maps, like, they can't be reworks. They need to be ideally 2 new maps with the roster. Okay. Each season. Right, so every 12 weeks or so. I think that would be a good cadence. It's how they do it, because, you know, this one was all about 2042 plus the portal of all the, you know, Battlefield 3, 4, etc. Bad Company. The next one, I'm guessing they would keep Portal, and they should do. The Portal should be the browser experience. Like I said, you can filter between official and custom games. You can still have the XP or not, based on what type of game you're doing. So if you're playing against bots, then that's fine. Yes, you can't earn as much XP and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, I feel like that would be something worth doing and having it all in one place. And then the harder bit, the bit that's, I think for me, is the secret sauce that they've lost, which I touched on earlier, is the atmosphere. Take us back to the gritty war feeling, the Battlefield 1, the Battlefield 5, the movement, the visuals. Like I said, everything feels far too arcadey right now. And like I said, I've got hundreds of hours in this game. I'm enjoying this game. It's not a problem in that regard, but it's not a game breaker for me. But oh my god. Remove the SPH explosive launcher as well. Remove that immediately. No, I'm joking. Yeah, it's not a game breaker, but I just feel like this one was a step down. Oh my god, I should have got him actually. This one was a step down in terms of its atmosphere. The stakes don't feel as high. Like I said, it's just missing that part of its soul. So, what do you guys think? Remember, let me know in the comments below. I want to hear what you guys think. What would you like to see in the next Battlefield game? What do you think makes a Battlefield game? And yeah, looking forward to hearing your ideas and thoughts. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me ramble on a little bit while I play really badly on Conquest. Like I said, multitasking is not my forte. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.